Alright, so welcome to this day in the life of me building a startup while also working a 9 to 5 as a software developer. I haven't planned this video at all, we'll see how it turns out, but I just wanted to upload again. I will tell you all why I haven't been uploading, because it might be interesting as well, and yeah, this is my day. Look at this setup. Just so you know how much I need to improvise. It's standing on a cornflakes thing. Okay, so why haven't you seen me for a while? Well, I've actually been working remotely for the past 3 months in Spain, in Valencia. And I can hear you thinking, and you're like, dude, why didn't you film anything? Why didn't you put it on social media? Because I started building an app. And what I find with YouTube, it's so much fun, but it also costs a lot of time. And every time I made some progress, like learning Flutter or learning LeetCode, I made some progress, but then sometimes it took me like a month to make a video. And my whole progress, the knowledge faded, progress faded, and I was just continuously making progress, taking a break for a month or even more. I went to Valencia and I was like, okay, I can't take my computer with me. I don't have a good screen to edit. I didn't have the facilities there. So I thought, what can I do? And I started building this idea, this app that I've had for a long time. I will tell you about it more later, which I'm really excited about. Eventually spent a lot of time pushing this app from the ground, like a lot of learning in all the things, and it took so much time. But now I'm back. At this point, my main focus is to learn more, to code the project and actually finish it. So that's my main priority. But I also like doing this, of course, as you know. So we'll mix it. Look at this. My girlfriend bought me this. This is Aeron. And you might be wondering, what is the point of Aeron? Well, I will show you. I always watch YouTube or something when I'm eating breakfast. It's time I need to kill, so it feels like might as well watch something, right? But every time I watch something, I didn't have anything to put my phone in. Look at this. Bro, the things I get happy about. Get yourself an Aeron, man. Or a girlfriend who gives you an Aeron. It counts as well. So this year, I know it's not many more than 11, but I want to do at least 12 books, like one a month. And I now started with this one. It's A Little Life from Hanya Yangihara. I think I butchered this guy's name. So it's fiction, it's a novel, and it's a great book, but it's horrifying at the same time, and it's so freaking dark. Like, holy frick. I think I haven't read a book this dark ever. I made a whole list for this year, like one book a month, and it can be like, this is 700 pages. But yeah, that's just part of the game. I'm already almost at the end, and it's not even the end of January, so starting the year great, but I will share my list. we're back. Okay, so we wanted to go to this line and not there. Very important. Okay, the moment of truth. Stand-up is just over. We talked about what we've done yesterday, what we're going to do today, and now it's time to pick up some tasks. So I will now try to do some deep focus work again on the tasks I was assigned, and if need, I will call my colleagues, of course, and we'll do some pair programming. I did receive a package. I want to tell you about the tech stack, of course, and I want to tell you about why I'm building this app. It's in Dutch, but what it says here is to make an app before the 4th of October in 2025. These are some goals I set for myself in 2021. As you saw, I just had to prove. I printed this in 2021 in October. So since then, I've always had this idea to build an app. The only problem was that I had no idea how to do it. I couldn't even code, I think, at this time. So it was just something that seemed impossible and so cool to do. I don't know why. I've always had this ambition to have an app in the Play Store or in the App Store. So that's something that has always been in the back of my mind, and now it just aligned perfectly. Like, I went to Valencia, I knew I probably wasn't going to make some videos there because, as I said, I didn't have the equipment, I didn't have the computer to make cool edits. I knew I needed to fill up my time, and like, everything was perfect. I have learned coding, I have learned Flutter. Oh, let's not say I've learned Flutter, but I started learning Flutter just before going to Valencia, and it all just perfectly aligned. Apart from having the dream to make an app, I ran into some problem which I believe there was not an app that solved it, or I'm not aware of it. So I'm also building this app for myself. I just love building stuff. I love programming, and now I'm actually doing it for a problem that I have on my own. I'm learning while I'm developing. I've learned so much. It's been also so much fun. I really wanted to take you along for the ride instead of making the app and then suddenly publishing it. Okay, so yeah, instead of having me explain it in 30 minutes, I thought I'd save you some time. Obviously, for my front end, I use Flutter, and with that, some Flutter libraries. One special library I use is Riverpod, which I use for my state management and also my routing. I know there are other state management solutions like Block, but until so far, I find that Riverpod checks all the boxes that I need. And until now, I haven't had any problems I couldn't solve yet.
Then on to my backend. How am I handling my data? So I use an ASP.NET Core API combined with Entity Framework. This was a logical choice for me since I have the most experience with C#. Entity Framework does sometimes come with weird errors, but I haven't run into anything yet that wasn't solvable. And finally, I store my data in an SQL database on Azure. I first ran it locally, but my SQL Server Management Studio crashed so many times that I prefer to do it in Azure. And it's pretty cool because they have a free tier where you get a decent amount of compute each month, which is perfect if you're just in the development stage. And guys, if you see anything weird or have some advice, just please let me know in the comments.
I have one major thing I want to do for my app, and that's making a logo. Until now, I've only done coding, and I think it's time to also start some other processes. So think about marketing, so a logo or user interface designs and all that stuff. So for today, I want to do some research on how to get a logo cheap. I once had an e-commerce startup, and we also made the logo with some guy on Fiverr, and it was actually perfect. So probably going to take that same approach for this one. Then it's cool because when there's a logo, it starts to get more real. Now it's just code. So now I only need to make the requirements. Yeah, huge step. Freaking huge, baby! Very excited.
So yeah, I like to take short standing breaks between work. As you can see, my Apple Watch often starts screaming at me that I'm sitting too long. I like to pretend I can still save my back and neck from their inevitable downfall due to my bad posture, which I guess is just a programmer's life. But anyway, since I was in Valencia, I didn't have a chance to pick up my Christmas gift from work. So it was basically lots of food, themed around, I think, camping. I also got this sort of torch, which was pretty cool. But yeah, these little side quests during the day really enable my mind to stay refreshed and sharp.
I thought I'd go outside for a nice view to end this video, but it's very fucking misty. I think it was a pretty productive day. I've done a lot, fixed some bugs, got some work done on my own app. Work went great, did some development tasks at the end of the day. It all went alright, no weird bugs or me getting stuck, so that's always a good day in a developer's working day. I'm happy to be back on YouTube, happy to be back making some videos. There's a lot of routine happening in my days, but that's the way I think I can keep being consistent, keep sustaining all these things I'm trying to juggle and work for myself. So we did our first steps for the logo. That's something I'm really excited about and really happy that we did that. It's good to be back on YouTube. So yeah, with that said, thanks for watching. If you made it until this point in the video, I really appreciate you. And as always, I see you all in the next one. 3, 2, Peace. 1. And one real quick final note, I totally forgot, as I always do. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks.